Hi, we're Autumn and Chloe, and we made it to the Yukon while living full-time in our beautiful bohemian minivan glamper en route to Alaska. But not before leaving behind beautiful Arizona, spending a week in Utah, marveling at emerald lands and endless lakes in Idaho, falling in love with Montana, experiencing heaven in the Canadian Rockies, and freaking ourselves out by taking the most remote path to Alaska alone on the Cassiar Highway. Finally, we've reached the Yukon and the Alaskan Highway. That's where today's story begins. I really like the Canadian recreation sites. I think they're fantastic. I'm super grateful for them. And there's one about 10 miles up the way. Now we are pulling in late. I stopped 10 miles ahead and I'm letting Chloe go to the bathroom and I'm setting up our night mode for the van. I also thought I'd welcome you to 10 p.m. up here in the Yukon. This is why my circadian rhythm is all off because it's 10 o'clock and it is very, very bright. The bed is all made up. Just gotta grab Chloe and then we'll hit the road to our nighttime sleeping spot. So this is my view at about 11 o'clock, right from my bed. Right from my bed. So I want to show you, see this little piece of foam? Well, when I sleep on my side, my knees go like this, and when this foam isn't here, it feels awkward, like they're falling into an abyss. But with this foam here, it supports my knees. And really, my knees only go the length of this foam, so it totally works out. I don't need anything larger than that. It provides exactly what I need. The last 3 days were 5 to 9 hour drive days. And I feel it. I feel it. This is really far. And I'm looking forward to going to the campground in Whitehorse. That's where I'm going to do laundry, is at the campground. And I figure I might be able to chat up fellow travelers, just meet some folks. I aim to give Chloe as much off-leash time as is possible safely up here in grizzly and black bear country. I am far more hesitant to let her off leash. Plus, the off leash is a relatively new situation. When she was constantly on her lead or on leash, folks would leave comments about how Chloe needed more off leash time. Well, now that we are off leash, and that's visible in the footage, people leave comments about how irresponsible it is to have a pet off leash, even when they're trained. Everything's controversial out there. I already miss the sun. All right, we've got 122 miles to go till we get to some laundry. That's a good pace. A few hours drive, some chores to kind of break up the energy of just sitting in one place, the driver's seat. Isn't that ironic? You sit in one place and yet you cover a great distance. Same with like airlines. These are the things I think about as I drive thousands and thousands of miles. I can't believe it. We have Verizon service and a little bit of sun, both, for the first time in like 3 days. The great thing about having this internet service right now is I needed to see where gas stations are upon this route. If I needed to fill up in this cute little quaint town, or if I can make it further to Whitehorse. That's a seagull. Are we Are we at a sea? There's no way this is an ocean inlet. I must check the map. You want to know what's funny? Pit toilets. Guess who's going in the van? TMI? TMI? Hey, that's a real part of van life, and it's one of my most frequently asked questions. Still can't believe there's a seagull over there. About that seagull, I was in a place called Teslin, Yukon. By road, the ocean is quite far away, but as the crow flies, or in this case, as the gull flies, the inland distance is only about 100 miles from the ocean. And, as it turns out, gulls often fly hundreds of miles from the sea in the Yukon. They're not lost. They're just wild and free like the rest of us out here on the Alcan. One of the things I realized on this trip is that I had made a habit out of constantly thinking about the next rig, because when I had the car, as much as I loved the car, I knew it wasn't practical for the long term. And then when I got the RV, I just knew that that was not going to be my long-term rig. I tried to make it work. I tried all kinds of ways to make it work. Some of you walked through my indecision with me for 16 months. Anyhow, I was just in this habit of constantly dreaming of the next rig. So when I got this, that habit didn't stop until I realized how happy I am, how much I absolutely love my minivan. I am definitely going to stick with this gal for years, and maybe even think of ways to support engine, standing room, transmission, maybe even a lift, all kinds of things to help this be my long-term home on wheels. You know, we'll see. We'll see. I'm always dreaming up things, talking with friends all the time about this. I loved my stretch through the Alcan. The name Alcan is short for the Alaska-Canada Highway. It was built during World War II when over 10,000 American soldiers and Canadian workers worked quickly to create a path through rugged wilderness in order to connect Alaska to the lower 48 states. Today, it winds nearly 1,400 miles through some of the most breathtaking, empty places I've ever seen. Let's go, honey. And now I have to come back for the camera. That's how it works. Ready to go, chica? You ready? All right, let's go. We're gonna hit the road again. We made it to the Walmart in Whitehorse, Yukon. I enjoyed comparing and contrasting the Walmarts internationally. My circadian rhythm is so off here. It's about 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock. And I am so tired. I guess just driving this much and this far can take it out of you. So I think we're just gonna hang out in Whitehorse for a day or two. 10 minutes later, I was nearly falling asleep at the wheel. I just got so tired that I literally had to pull over in a parking lot because driving the 8 miles to this campground I'm gonna stay at just feels very far. I'm a bit fascinated. I think it has to do with the light and the way my circadian rhythm is mixed up. And plus, I've just never been this far. This here was a grilled chicken and sautéed vegetable stir fry for my first meal. It has been a while since Chloe has heard this. Hey, Chloe. Dog park, Chloe, dog park. Dog park, Chloe, dog park. Dog park, Chloe. sure she loves being off leash. She's being antisocial. She wouldn't even play with the other dogs. Look at these forests. There's this hill, and it's like the entire hill is just lined with moss. Hi, pretties. Did you find another friend? I'm doing laundry at this lovely little laundry mat. Even on a grand voyage through the Alcan, there are chores. Today, I thought of Jack Kornfield's book on the realities of a spiritual life titled, After the Ecstasy, The Laundry. Another sacred detour, Superstore produce. Nine o'clock, and that sun feels amazing. It's been so cloudy these last few days, so the sun feels amazing. And this is why I've not been going to sleep until about 1 in the morning, when it is still light outside. I love it. Are you wide awake because it's 11 o'clock and really light outside? We've got months of this, my dear. 11 o'clock? It's 11:30. I am in the process of filming a teaching video for the Examine Life Daily all about sabotaging thinking and how to dispel your sabotaging thinking, how to identify it, dispel it, and destroy it so that you can reach your goal of behavior change. This is where we camped. I'll show you our camp in a minute. There's our campsite. We slept fantastically. There's the Alaska Highway just right at the end of that dirt road. All right, we're gonna hit the road. We are going to hit the road. For tonight, we nestled away where we were kind of tucked and hidden away from view of the road, but we are still very close to it. Slept great. We're heading toward a place called Destruction Bay, but I heard that the bear problem is so bad there that the campground for tents is surrounded by an electric fence. Let's see how far we get today. We are about 6.5 to 7 hours from Tok. I was already in beauty, but the beauty kept multiplying. This is a fantastic spot to have found. I believe this is Kulani Lake, and we're not too far from a town called Destruction Bay. I'll tell ya, these woods are thick, so finding this wide open beach where I can see a bear or any kind of threat for a far distance. Chloe, come honey. And actually the threat just now was that Chloe was trying to mosey off toward the Alaska Highway. So I just want to let her run wild and free, and I cannot let her run wild and free in these forests. They are too thick. I could lose her. There's no reception for her tracker, and She has so much energy, and so I definitely want to be able to meet her energetic needs. So on a giant shoreline like this, she's back there going into the water. I wonder how cold that water is. I gotta go check. Oh yeah, that's cold. That's cold. I bet this water is like a crystal blue in the sunshine. That's my guess. These mountains are all around us. They're so beautiful. Is that really what is outside my window right now? Is this really the view from my minivan? And I think we're still a ways away. I think we've got a good like 4 hours before we reach the Alaska border. But I just am mesmerized. We're so lucky, aren't we, Chloe? I'm gonna crawl back up to the front. Go on, honey. Go on. Good girl. Good girl. Usually it's easier than that. I think I was having camera awareness. And I like struggled to get in the driver's seat. All right, onward we go. The beauty was remarkable, but the road became treacherous. I'm really struggling to accept that this is the reality of the road right now. It's really shaped my desire to go on the Dalton. I grew weary today. It was after 1 a.m. and the sky was glowing. I'd entered the land of the midnight sun. Around that bend is everything we've been moving toward. My friends, we made it. We have an entire season of this northern magic ahead of us. Welcome to Alaska.